A very warm welcome to New Century Manchester, a venue steeped in history. Jimi Hendrix, the Jackson 5, Pink and The Who have all performed here. And on this stage, we have a couple of performing artists at the very top of their trade. This could well be a heavy metal contest. On one side, the challenger, back at a new weight, back to prove a point, no doubt, and back to become a champion once again. The silent assassin, Savannah Marshall, flanked by her esteemed trainer, Peter Fury. On the other, the champion, our visitor from the United States of America. As Big Mo said, she's multi-talented, her own promoter, a fashion designer, and a singer. But today, she sits here with all the belts as the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. It's the heavy-hitting diva, Franchon Crews-Dezurn, flanked by her manager, the Boxing Writers Association of America Manager of the Year, it's Peter Khan as well. But straight to our own rock star, Ben Shalom. I mean, you must be delighted to put on a top of the bill like this, another undisputed clash. It's back-to-back in terms of Boxer and Savannah Marshall. And yes, the original top of the bill fell away, but you were confident that you want to proceed with this for all the right reasons.
Yeah, as I say, there's not many fighters you can do that with, but Savannah Marshall is certainly one. Here we are again, another undisputed. Have to thank Sky, have to thank ESPN for the support of women's boxing. It's truly incredible. Undisputed fights don't come around very often. We have another one. It's in Manchester. Thank you to Mick Hennessy for his constant support, and thank you to Peter Khan, who has made this fight one of the easiest undisputed fights I think that's ever been made. Franchon Crews has been a pleasure as well, and we promote this fight with HHD Promotions. It's going to be a spectacle on Saturday night. This really feels like the heavyweight division of women's boxing. Franchon has been a champion for a long time now. This will be her toughest test, and Savannah's here to prove a point. After an absolutely unbelievable night at the O2, she felt she went away. There were certain things that she didn't quite get right on the night, and when the rematch wasn't going to happen, this was the fight that had to happen for Savannah Marshall. And here we are days away, and it really is all or nothing on Saturday night.
Yeah, and that's why you've built it as such. Just stepping back from all of that, both teams are going to presumably do a lot of talking now and talk it up, but from a fight point of view, when the first bell rings, I think that boxers' side of things are pretty confident this star-wise has got all the makings of a very, very watchable fight.
I think so. Franchon is going to, in my opinion, she's going to stick it on Savannah. She thinks she's going to use her advantage, her size advantage, her experience at the weight. But Savannah Marshall's here to prove why we believe she's the most heavy-hitting female in the sport, and she's here to put on a statement. It really is a 50-50 fight. I think it's going to be absolutely everything that we expect, and as I say, this is the heavyweight division of the women's sport, and it's the two best, and it's the elite, and it's undisputed for the Ring Magazine belt as well. It doesn't get any bigger. There isn't any more you could put on the line on Saturday night, and it's going to be in front of 8,000 fans at the Manchester Arena.
Yeah, I mean, you set it up perfectly there. It's only fair to go straight to the champion. Franchon, great to see you again. What are the emotions now you've landed and you're on the ground and you're in Manchester? You did some great build-up alongside Savannah, and we've been entertained so far. Last little bit of talking still to come, but what are your emotions now, fight week's upon us?
Oh, I'm happy. I am present. I am living everything I envisioned. And at the end of July 1st, Saturday night, it's just going to be another icing on another cake when I win against Savannah Marshall. Thank you to Manchester. You guys have been very hospitable. Thank you to Sky, to Boxer for partnering with the Heavy Hitting Diva Promotions, and shout out to ESPN for getting us shown in the United States, around the world. I mean, I've been looking at the promotion, and you know, that energy is very different. When I'm in Savannah's presence, she has nothing to say, but when she's doing interviews, she has so much to say. And I just ask that she keeps that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Are you as confident now camp is over? You were confident before, but now you've done the 10 or 12 weeks it's been, and you've worked on a game plan alongside headbangers and your trainer. Are you more confident, as confident? What would you say?
I mean, I love the reference that Ben gave, that this would be a heavy metal, because I mean, my gym is called Headbangers, because that's what we do. I want to shout out my family in Florida and my husband, Glenn. We've been putting a lot of work in, and as you can see from this picture to what you see right now, I definitely came to work. I didn't come to play. I didn't come to be friends. I came to kick her ass, straight like that.
You referenced that you feel that Savannah is different in interviews to when she's in your presence. Do you crave that verbal battle? Does it matter to you if you don't get it today?
No, the contract is signed, and we're going to fight on Saturday night. Trust me, I'm not like her. Unfortunately, she got a defeat because she underestimated. That's what happens when you get content. That's what happens when you think everything is going to be given to you. You let somebody come in your hometown and beat you, dog walk you, and that is not Alicia Baumgartner's word, but you let somebody come and take something that you thought was yours because you got complacent. That's you, that's not me. I don't have to deal with that. You don't have to say anything. You feel my energy. Go ahead.
I didn't get complacent at all.
Yes, you did. And you blame your trainer. And you blame your trainer.
I didn't blame Peter at all.
Yes, you did.
No, never. That's what went wrong, and I said, ask Peter. So that's not me blaming him.
So how are you going to make it right on a whole different fighter?
You're nothing like Clarissa.
So how are you going to make it right on
You're
me?
nothing like Clarissa Franchon.
Yeah, I know.
You're nothing like Clarissa, and you're not going to dog walk me at all.
Ooh, you got some
You like
confidence
that one?
now.
You like that one?
Yeah, I need that.
I brought it. It's got
I need
spicy.
that.
We're here.
Because you know,
Right now, you've got
I
2 days.
understand. I know it's very difficult when you in front of your friends. I know the same thing. You're not going to beat me up or verbally assault me in front of my friends. So do what you have to do to feel good. Do what you have to do to feel like something, because I don't want
The reality
excuse.
of it is, Franchon, I don't have to say anything. I'm a better fighter than you.
Oh,
I'm a better
check the
fighter than you.
resume. Where you
And-
at? You started at super middleweight. We started pro at the same time. Why
Yeah,
you
we
try
did.
to-
We did.
Why did you try to skip,
We did.
skip around and get the easy way?
The difference between me and
The
you
easy
is,
way.
this is the difference between me and you, right?
Please tell me.
You sit about on your lazy ass waiting for opportunities. This is why you've boxed twice in 2 years. The difference was me. I was at super middle. You didn't entertain me. You didn't give me a shot. You didn't want to know. So I moved up.
So you think
I moved
his-
up to light heavy where there was a title shot for me. Fell through. Again, not a title shot for me at super middle. So I moved down to middle to box Hannah Rankin. Same with Shadisa Green. She sat as your mandatory for over a year, and you don't want to know. So what? Who's the mug here?
But listen,
Who's the mug?
I'm trying to figure out.
Get myself in position where I'm a mandatory and wait
I'm
about
trying
you
to
to give me
figure
a
out
title
how.
shot.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm
That's
not
the
creating my
difference.
own opportunities when I'm in your
on your soul
hometown,
machine.
headlining
Go out
in
and
your
find
country.
opportunities. You
I'm
say
a
I have
marathon.
things given to me on a silver platter, like what? You've given me involuntary defence.
You finished?
Wow.
You finished?
You're the good
so I can
Samaritan.
read you for
That's
Phil?
the only
Are
thing
you
you've
finished?
given to me. A voluntary defence. Well, because you didn't want to entertain your mandatory, and
How
that's
you-
what it
how-
comes down to.
How are you going to say, I'm going to just rip you apart from your first line. How are you going to say I sit on my lazy ass when it took you 5 minutes to introduce me because I do so many things? Hold up, I gave you time.
All right,
Let's be
okay,
respectful.
okay.
How can you say that I sat on my lazy ass and didn't create an opportunity when you fight on the card that I'm co-promoting? My name is the Heavy Hitting D promotion.
Promoting, because no
Okay.
one else wants to promote you.
Hey, baby, but listen, how am I sitting on my lazy ass not creating opportunities when you got hustle personified right here? Don't ever play with me or play with my
Franchon,
name.
there's no one else in the division.
Because you know
There's
why?
no one else.
Let me tell you something. I self-manage myself.
Because no one
For
else is
90% of my career,
Yeah.
I made deals with Golden Boy. I made deals with all these other
Good on
promoters.
you, good on you.
When you had
Off the
things
couch,
handed to
good on
you,
you.
why did you leave America? Why did you leave?
Because
why
the
did you leave?
opportunity wasn't
Baby,
there for
I've
me.
been there.
I was there.
I've
and
been
fight
there.
fell through.
I'm still here.
I haven't got time
But your
to sit about.
opportunity is here
I haven't
now,
got time to
and
sit
all you
about.
do is talk about Clarissa because
People
you're so
ask me about
butthurt
Clarissa
because you lost. Let me
because
tell
there's
you.
no one else.
Let me tell you the
These
difference.
divisions,
Let me tell.
Franchon.
No, listen.
No
Let me
one else
tell
in
you
these
the difference.
divisions.
Let
No
me
one
tell
knew
you the
you
difference.
were till you called me out on that show.
Let me tell
Now
you.
all of a sudden you're
I
trying
don't
to sell
care.
trying
I
to
don't
sell
care.
singles.
The difference
Women, the reason why you're not on top of the pops.
the difference is, and I hope Clarissa's watching. The difference
probably
is,
is.
I took a fight with that woman, a two-time
Right,
Olympic
about
gold
10
medalist,
years ago.
on a 2.5 week notice. I lost, and I'm right here, undisputed.
Well
History.
done, well
I did
done,
that.
Franchon,
Let me tell you
well
something.
done.
You had 10 years, 10 rounds, 10 months to prepare. You couldn't even do it. So don't you ever disrespect me like that.
Listen,
You trying to right your wrongs, and you got promoters like Ben. You got promoters like like Ben, shout out to Ben, who still give you opportunity that you don't deserve. So you better kiss my feet and be happy I came to the ring to give you opportunity. You should be happy.
You called me out.
Happy.
That's the difference here. She called me out. She's making out like I'm ready for this fight.
Listen.
She called me out.
Listen.
That's the difference.
But listen.
So all this crap I've had to give it to me silver platters.
But when those ringside rankings come out, when those ringside ranking comes out,
this platform,
Ring Magazine rankings, pound for pound
a little pop-up shop in the arena selling garments. Probably promoted by Heavy Hitting Promotions.
Let me just interject for a second.
Speak facts, Savannah. Speak facts. That's all I ask, baby girl.
I've got one more question for you, Franchon. What sort of a fight are you expecting for Savannah? This is all great. Everyone's enjoying the trash talk, but the business end of it, when the lights come down, it's just you, her, and the referee. What sort of fight are you actually expecting?
You know what? I want y'all to close your eyes and envision that. I'm going to tell you the difference. Because if you took all these cameras, all these people, take all the crowd, and just put me and her in the gym with ourselves, I'll show you what kind of fight. You know what kind of fight it is. But to you, you think I'm going to be so stupid. And for you to insult me like I ain't been kicking ass in the amateurs right alongside you. I ain't been kicking ass in the pros right alongside you. To insult me and say the only hope I have to win is coming in reckless and stupid. No, don't project on me. That's what you hope I do, because that's the only way you think you can beat me. I'm better than you. I'm more diverse than you. I done went through plenty of systems. You done got these opportunities. How you a two-time Olympic gold medalist?
Know anything
Girl,
about
please.
Me.
You never had competition over here in the UK. Since we gonna always bring up Clarissa, because that's your secret place in your mind that you go to feel like something, because she took your soul. I'm here to close the casket.
I want to know I get asked about it. I get asked about it. Even this build-up, no one's asking about Franchon Crews.
It don't matter.
About the match with Clarissa.
Check them history books. Check them history books. I even got your sidekick, April Hunt, and her sister shook. See, this is what you had to do with Clarissa. This is the difference. When Clarissa came, oh, we got to jump her. We got to be disrespectful to an undisputed champion, a two-time Olympic gold medal, to a fucking bum who ain't even earned the right to even say anything to them.
What are you doing?
No, I'm telling you. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Is that going to get you ready to fight?
What are you doing?
No, because y'all disrespected greatness. Y'all disrespected greatness for no reason, and it shouldn't have happened. And you're not going to play with me. So you can insult you and Pierre think you're going to come in crazy.
No, what it is, because I've actually spoke up. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm sick of this dog walking crap. What are you going on about? Silver platters.
Let me come to you now, Savannah. I had written down that maybe your quietness was mistaken for a lack of confidence, but I'm going to scrub that from the record today. It's a new weight, but the goal remains the same for you?
100%, yeah. New weight, a lot more natural for me. I'm feeling a lot stronger, and this is it. 2 days away.
I'll ask the same question. What sort of fight are you expecting? I wrote down, Franchon said there that she feels that she's more diverse than you, that more adaptive. She can change her game plan on the fly. Do you think that she has been pigeonholed a little bit into this pressure fighter, aggressive fighter, that maybe her technical boxing skills are being overlooked? What have you and Peter Fury, without saying too much, what have you identified?
Look, she's undisputed champion for a reason. She's strong, she's tough. She uses her strength, she uses her weight. She's very unorthodox, and she's a strong pressure fighter.
Do you think, this is a strange question as well, but we might as well go there. Do you think that actually there is some respect between the two of you, despite the last sort of 15 minutes there?
Of course. Like, this is why people draw to me, because I am real. I'm a student of this game, and I've been in this game for a long time, just like she's been a long time. If I was to sit here and take away what she has, you can't take history book away. She is a two-time Olympic participant. She is a former world champion. That's why I want to fight you. Yes, you have a country behind you, but that's why I want to fight you, because at the end of the day, it's bigger than me. When I hang up the gloves, they're going to see that two women can headline a card and put on a great night of fighting. I'm coming to fight, but it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. You could throw sticks, you could talk all you want. I can't fight, I'm this, that, and the third. I'm a goon. I am a goon. I am hustle personified, and I'm here because I work my ass off to be here. And if anybody think they're gonna take anything from me, that's Boxer, that's Savannah, that's Peter, that's the whole crew, they got another thing coming, because I'm willing to die. And you laugh now, you're gonna cry later, April. Make sure you're good for your fight. Where's she at? Where's she at? You just got verbally assaulted. Calm down.
Is there something there that you both agree on, that actually October, the big question after that was, where does the sport go next? How can we capitalise on that? And do you think actually that those seeds that were planted on that night are already starting to grow now? The fact that we're back here, we're headlining, yes, albeit in different circumstances, but we're headlining again with an undisputed fight, shows that you've succeeded in that respect.
Yeah, 100%. The reception I got in the O2 was absolutely massive. The whole country's just got behind female sport, and I feel like me and all the other females boxers are just riding this massive wave. The fact that, you know, the main event fell through and Boxer and Sky still went ahead with the shows, me and Franchon headlining, is just amazing.
Yes, it is. I agree.
And, you know, without sort of kicking a hornet's nest that doesn't really need any more kicking, but, you know, why not? You were heavy-handed at the weight below. Everybody knew that. The record said as much. Do you believe that you're bringing that power up? And it's worth asking the question, do you believe you hit hard enough to win this fight by knockout?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I'm not having to struggle to make the weight. I always made middleweight. I always made it properly, but it was a bit of a struggle. This time it's been a lot more easier. The camp's been a lot more enjoyable. I'm not having to bring my weight down a lot earlier. So yeah, I don't see why not. Okay,
let's all take a breath and shift down a gear. I'm going to bring in Peter Khan.
I'm good.
Let's bring in Peter Khan. Peter, a nice line that you gave me beforehand. Actually, you know Peter Fury pretty well, because we all learned a little bit about each other in those bios you call bubbles. You and Peter Fury shared a bubble, so I think there's respect there between the two teams. You were ringside at Madison Square Garden. There's two real flagship events in female boxing recently, with Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano at MSG. Franchon was on that card, you were part of it, and obviously the October night that I've already referenced. Does it say a little bit that Franchon was ringside, and you know, we brought the undisputed title back to the UK, and that's no disrespect at all to the sport in America, but it seems here we are riding the crest of a wave a little bit. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And, you know, first and foremost, I want to thank Ben Shalom and Boxer, Sky, ESPN for picking this up, ESPN Plus United States. You know, I hear the reference all the time, women's boxing, women's boxing. This is just a great fight in boxing in general. And going back to that evening at Madison Square Garden, that was electric. That was when Franchon beat Elin Cederus. The Katie Taylor-Amanda Serrano fight, the place was packed. I could still see it right now, and what a great fight. Forget about male, female, it was just a great fight. And I've been doing this a long time, it's 30 years. For this sport to keep continuing to be relevant, they have to make great fights. Doesn't matter wins or losses, the best fighters have to fight each other. And when Franchon said to me, okay, you know, what are we going to do next? Who's next? I said, who do you want to fight? And she came over here in October, and it wasn't so much about calling Savannah out, it was about saying, this is going to be a great fight. And like Ben said, this fight took 5 minutes. Credit to Savannah and her team, credit to us. This took 5 minutes to make. And we started this around Thanksgiving. I was on a Zoom outside my backyard getting this deal done. So, you know, this is what boxing needs, the best fighting the best. And I really believe, and if anyone disagrees, let me know, but this is the best fighting the best. And the UK fans and the UK boxing scene is great. Of course, we have no problem coming here.
And I'm not doing your job down at all, but sometimes you have a difficult job with fighters, getting them to engage and do the promotion, and then you have people like Franchon Crews. You've had to sit there, and you probably actually didn't have to say anything today. But
let me say this. Franchon and I have been working together now, what, 3 years?
Yeah.
And she's right. 90% of her career, she self-managed herself. And it's pretty remarkable what she's been able to accomplish. And as I say to her, using an American football reference, I came in at the 1 yard line, just to kind of like push it over a little bit, right? And that was when she became undisputed, the first female at 168 pounds at super middleweight to be undisputed, the only female to have the Ring Magazine belt at super middleweight, and the longest reigning female super middleweight champion. She could have taken a victory lap, gone for a softer touch, but no, this is the fight that she wanted. It's great for her history, her legacy. She's had the belts. She's had the belts. It's about legacy, and the only way that you cement your legacy and you become that Hall of Fame fighter is by taking on bigger challenges, and that's what Savannah Marshall is.
Well, thank you very much for coming over and being part of it. Peter, you know, you're long in the tooth now. You're not going to say anything that's obviously going to give too much away, but what differences have you noticed behind closed doors as Savannah Marshall now up at super middleweight that you can sort of tell us without giving anything away?
I think, look, we're always working on improvements. It's working.
Can everybody hear Peter? No.
Let's
Maybe
do
just
Peters
pass it.
up here.
So what happens when you're second class, you see? Yeah, so basically, we're always working on improvements and stuff, and yeah, we've been in the gym, and we have made some significant improvements. So I'm very happy where we are, and but I want to second what Peter said as well. This is about legacies. It's about fighters fighting the best, and they should pit against the best. There's too much protection of fighters, too much business involved. Everybody wants this, everybody wants that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the best fighting the best. And when he said this fight took 5 minutes to make, because I think we all know me and the small team around me will step up to the plate. And this is what it's about. There's no guarantees who's going to win this fight. They're both good fighters. And I'm excited to see this fight as well, because I want to see a good fight. I want to see proper fights, not picked fights.
Every time I'm in a ring, it's a big fight. It's going to be proper. It's going to be entertaining. Trust me.
Well, it will be. And at the end of the day, you know, I'm best of luck to both of them. And the thing is as well, we appreciate you coming over here, bringing the belt, putting it on the line. So, listen, there's no badness from me. There's no animosity from me. I respect all good fighters. And I want to see a good fight, and we're going to get it. And listen, whatever happens, happens. But look.
I'm a win, though, Peter.
No, well, listen. Hey, there's no guarantees in this life. I want to win the lottery, but I haven't won yet. But the thing is, it's like anything else. We'll train hard. She's trained very hard. She's ticked all the boxes. There's no excuses. And the thing is, what it comes down to, you can have the best trainers, you can have everything, you can have Einstein in the corner. But when it comes down to it, and you're in these 50-50 fights, you've got to have something inside you which is a little bit special. And you've got to dig to places that you don't want to be. And you've got to adjust on your feet and think for yourself in there. You know, no trainer's got a key in a world-class fighter's back and keeps turning it. We're here to advise, point out things, but ultimately it comes down when you're in 50-50 fights.
You preaching to the choir.
Who is
the same thing I
the best
said when
fighter?
I came here.
So at the
and
end
I'm
of the
glad
day,
that you
that's
learned
where we
that.
are.
It's
So
some things you
let's
can't
see.
teach. And
Let's
you're going
see,
to
and
see.
I want to see.
Welcome to my world, Savannah.
Let's see.
I'm going to take you into the darkness. I'm going to take you into the deep waters. I'm going to show you what it means to be a winner. I'm going to show you what it means to be a winner. I'll give it to you. If you beat me, all hats to you. I'm happy because you know what? I touched the soul and made them better. But it's not going to happen.
I was going to give you the opportunity to give a final message. Do you want to say anything else, or was that it?
Well,
You
yeah,
kind of went there.
I want to say I wanted to show love to the UK. As you can see, I'm rocking the green, and hopefully I don't offend because I don't know thoroughly the culture, but Princess Diana was one of my favorite fashionistas and just personalities. So I just thank you guys for having me here. I hope to come back and visit, and be prepared for a great night, July 1st.
And Savannah, do you have a final message? I think Peter stole your microphone.
Just thank you to all the fans, everyone who's bought tickets. If it wasn't for you, female boxing wouldn't be in this position.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone who's going to tune in on Saturday, and trust me, it'll be a great fight.
Yep.
And to you, Ben Shalom.
Look, I think it's great for Franchon to get the platform that her personality and her talent deserves, but equally, Savannah Marshall has worked for everything she's got. Everything she's got. I remember meeting her, and she has taken the women's sport to another level. No other female fighter sells the tickets in the way she does, has the support that she does, and what she achieved throughout the past 18 months has been nothing short of incredible. And if it wasn't for her, Lauren Price, Caroline Dubois, Caris Artingstall that we have coming through, wouldn't have the dream of headlining these arenas. So, yeah, I just wanted to say Savannah has worked for everything she has.
Brilliant. Well said, everybody. So let me just remind you, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports action and showcase. Main event from about 9:30, and we're expecting the first bell, just because the way the undercard's looking, at a really reasonable time of around 10 o'clock, if not a little bit before. So it gives you the opportunity for everybody to tune in. We're going to finish this now. We're going to pause for head-to-heads, and then I think you two are going to have a few questions from the media that are here waiting. But thank you, everybody, and let's get these head-to-heads done.